I wanted to ask you guys, I don't know if you saw tonight's game against the with the Clippers and the Mavericks is on at the same time as the Lakers game versus the Suns, which
Why?
I don't know why.
Why?
I don't understand why. All Laker fans will watch the Clipper game and root against the Clippers. Like, I could say that. I could attest to that. But we have to discuss the Clippers situation against the Dallas Mavericks because both LA teams are down 0-1 so far. So, Korzemba, do you want to start us off here?
Well, I'll go out and say, last pod, me and Coop, I asked Coop, like, where would you rank Luka as a playoff player last year? And he was like, top 5 for sure. And it's back to the same old thing. It looks like game 1. I mean, Mavericks score 113 points. Luka with a 31 point, 11 assists, 10 rebound. The guy is capable of carrying a playoff team in a way that few players are able to carry a playoff team success-wise. I trust Luka so much come playoff time. I think he just crushes it. He spread the ball around well with his starters. The Mavericks didn't get much off their bench, but I would say what's most important with the Clippers is they've got Paul George, they've got Kawhi Leonard. Who else do they have? Does it feel like this team is just worse than last year? Like,
no. I actually
it doesn't.
really
I don't really love them.
I like them. I think they bounced back game 2. I think Luka carried hard game 1, but I think people aren't giving the role players enough love. I mean, we look at the stat sheet. We got Finney-Smith with 18. Kristaps was horrible. I don't know what that was from Kristaps. You got to think he's going to come back and play a better game. Go ahead.
Isn't that the terrifying part, though? Like, Kristaps was horrible, and the Mavericks still won.
I don't know how much Kristaps moves the needle for them, to be honest. So, they've played fine without Kristaps all season.
The thing with Kristaps is when he's not scoring, he, hurts you on the basketball court. There are plenty of players that when they don't score, they still, they put their head down. They play better defense. They grab rebounds. They create for their teammates. Kristaps, it really feels like when he doesn't score well, he kind of just gets in his own head and he just isn't as impactful as a player as you'd want him to be.
Have you seen him try to defend on the perimeter? He's got to be top 5 worst in the league. I love Kristaps, but he's so bad laterally.
It's bad. It's an automatic blow by.
Yeah, it's obviously not his fault, but I mean, it's an issue nonetheless.
I don't know. I mean, could be overreactions. You never know. There always are overreactions game 1. But just what I saw from the Clippers was I was kind of worried just about the help that's surrounding Kawhi and Paul George. And who knows? Maybe Morris drops 30 tonight. Maybe Batum goes off. But we'll see.
So to continue what I was saying, Brunson had a 15, 4 of 7. The Clippers role players played a great game. The Mavericks role players played a great game. We go to the Clippers, man, and I like their lineup and I like their versatility, and I love the fact that we should be seeing Kawhi Leonard on Luka Doncic this upcoming game, according to Tyronn Lue. This is what Lue said. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. But when we look at the Clippers, again, I like their versatility. Morris Sr. is versatile. Zubac's a good defender. Patrick Beverley is a little overrated, but, he brings energy on defense. Obviously, I like Paul George as a defender. I like Batum's length. I think he's a knockdown shooter when he's going. I like Ibaka, obviously. Rondo's going to hit his playoff form eventually. Reggie Jackson's a good bench piece. I like their team. I like their team. I feel like they got a lot of versatility. I feel like they got a lot of pieces.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I like their chances to bounce back. I really do.
I also is concerning to me their minutes that they played. If you look, it looks like Dallas they have their guys figured out. They have their top 7.
So I got a question for you, Korzemba. I got a question for you. If you're the Clippers, are you trying to turn Luka Doncic into a scorer, or are you letting him do his thing, facilitate, score? Or are you just saying, all right, if Luka beats us and he drops 50, he drops 60, he beats us?
I like the question. It's more of, the Spurs did that way back in the day with Steve Nash, where they just let him score and it ended up working out well. I would say, early on in the game, maybe you just try to let Luka get his. because especially I would say because it seems like I said, when Porzingis is not involved in the offense, he's not scoring. I think he gets removed from the game a lot more than other all-star caliber players. I think he gets angry. I think he literally gets straight up annoyed on the court that he's not touching the ball enough. I think that, he doesn't put in as much effort, and it goes the opposite way too. I think when he starts scoring well and when he crushes it, his effort is there. It's great. He becomes a different player, but you can't be Porzingis. You can't play 36 minutes, shoot 4 for 13, so you don't do well there. Have 1 assist and 4 rebounds, and you're 7 foot.
4 rebounds, man. Yeah.
You're 7'2". Like come on. Maxi
7'3",
Kleber had
7'3".
9. Yeah, Kleber had 9. Finney Smith had more than it. Had 5. Freaking Melly had 4 rebounds in 9 minutes. It can't be happening. And it's just is it just? I guess it's like Brook Lopez syndrome, kind of. Brook Lopez when he was on the Nets, over 7-footer, 7'1" around. Bro.
No, that's different. Brook Lopez teams rebounded better with Brook Lopez on the floor. He actually boxed. He was one of the league leaders in box outs or something. He actually was a major net positive on the glass, even though he wasn't grabbing boards. Kind of like Steven Adams. Yeah,
but the only counter I'm having in my own head is that Luka grabs 10 rebounds a game in these.
Yeah, true.
So that's the counter. It's kind of where he takes away from the big man's rebounds. But still, if you're Porzingis, you would think you want him to have that mentality of give me the ball, get out of the way, I'm grabbing this, which he doesn't always have. He doesn't always have that fire.
Yeah, I feel like I saw him kind of force the issue and try to get himself going. In game 1, I want to see Porzingis get some more easy baskets. I want to see him. I don't know if I want to necessarily see him closer to the basket because I'm not sure he's that type of player. But I want them looking for him early on and making sure he's getting some nice easy looks to get him going.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I think easier said than done, right? But I think if they can. That is something they should 100% be looking for. Porzingis, you get his confidence going. You get a different player. You get a guy that's capable of dropping 30 plus. But if his shots doesn't fall early on, sometimes you get just a shell of him. What do you think, Mike? What do you think about the Clippers? What do you think about their chances? Who do you think is taking home this series?
Believe it or not, I do think the Clippers got worse from last year to this year. On paper, it looks like they got better. I don't think the coaching change from Doc Rivers to Tyronn Lue was an upgrade by any means. I felt like that was more service to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I also don't understand why they were trying to duck the Lakers. Why they were trying to duck the Lakers and face a team that they almost lost to last year. And honestly, I think if Kristaps Porzingis played last year in the series, they probably would have lost to last year. And I think we were all reminded of that after their first game. I don't know. Personally, it could just be a bad game. After all, I have to make the same exact argument as I did for the Lakers as I am for the Clippers. Maybe they come out and make some adjustments for game 2 and they do things a little differently, and they beat Luka and the Mavericks. But I can't help but feel like this year's a little bit different. Luka might be burning a little bit after losing the series last year, and I do actually think that the Mavericks might end up pulling this off. So I could be wrong, but I just see way too many holes on the Clippers team, and
I trust
I don't
the
know.
Lakers
It
more.
depends if we see.
That's what I'll say.
I do too.
I trust the Lakers
because
more
they
to make adjustments.
Yes, exactly. Last year, the reason why the Clippers lost to the Nuggets was because they failed to make adjustments. And I don't know, maybe Tyronn Lue embraces analytics a little bit more than Doc Rivers. We have to give him a chance, am I right? But historically, I don't think he's ever been that type of coach. He's been a supportive coach. He's been a motivational coach. He's a guy that people like, but I don't really perceive Tyronn Lue as this master tactician that says, oh, okay, we got to come in next game and make X and Y adjustments.
No, I don't think so. I also quick point while I'm on Tyler, quick point, sorry. And then, sorry. I just want to say that, yeah, I agree with the tactician part. And also, I mean, if you look at, I've been reading, some articles recently about Kawhi Leonard, whether he's going to stay or go. If you look, there's some, huge words about Tyronn Lue. And basically, a lot of people are just praising him because he's able to keep guys like Kawhi Leonard in check. Where like he's able to, last year we heard a bunch of rumblings about how Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they would be late to the plane, they were on their own time. Sounds like that's not the case anymore. It sounds like Tyronn Lue has righted that ship and has gotten them to, be more buying into the system and okay, you might be the star, but you have to lead by example. But I mean, that only goes so far. I am very interested to see the changes they make and the game planning that goes on for this game too, because we know Rick Carlisle, he always has something going on. He always is perfectly capable of changing up the game plan and making things very difficult for the Clippers. So let's see if Ty Lue can do the same thing. Sorry, Coop, what were you saying?
So with Lue, I'm not the biggest Lue guy, not close to being the biggest Lue guy, but I actually got in an argument with the Pelicans beat writer this summer when the Pelicans were looking for a coach. And what's up?
On Twitter?
Yeah, I got into an argument because I was basically mad that the Pelicans were interviewing failed coaching candidates, and this guy was like, well, Lue's not a failed coaching candidate, and I'm like, no, he's not. Me personally, I just like to see new talent come into the league and get opportunities, as opposed to somebody like Van Gundy who's failed in the past and at their last stop. But that's another topic. So we got into it, and while we were arguing, he was like, well, Tyronn Lue's not failed. Tyronn Lue is a lot of people give Tyronn Lue the credit for making some adjustments with the Cavs and LeBron on guarding Stephen Curry, and a lot of players, Kevin Love being one of them, actually cited Tyronn Lue's adjustments in the playoffs as one of the biggest reasons they were able to go on and win a championship. Because if I remember correctly, those Cavs team, that Cavs team was not a good regular season team defensively, but in the playoffs they did what they had to do to get the job done.
So you're saying that he is good at making adjustments?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that maybe we're not giving Lue enough credit. I definitely think the Clippers are going to bounce back game 2. And I look forward to seeing. I mean, I even think just putting Kawhi on Luka is big. So, I can't wait to see how that turns out.
We need to see more out of Kawhi, man. Honestly, the X factor of the series might just end up being, is Kawhi Leonard playing the superstar that he was during the Toronto Raptors run, or is he playing a little bit of a level down like he played this season? He still is great, still at that start, fringe superstar level, but hasn't been that exact guy that is the number one option on a championship leading team. We haven't seen that right now. We didn't see game 1, so I'm interested to see if we see game 2.
He wasn't bad game 1 at all, but
I'd say Luka outplayed him.
If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.